What's the worst date y'all ever been on?
The worst date.
Yo, I got a good one.
Yeah, I know you got it. you like
It was during the pandemic too, or right before the pandemic. You wanna go, Chris? You got something?
No, you go ahead. You got
Chris,
one.
could you put your mic?
Oh,
closer?
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. So, do you have headphones on?
Nah,
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. So the date was going good, right? Like I took her to a show, and she was like, I invited her to her improv show, right? Class.
So you weren't on the show?
No, but I wasn't on it. I just moved to New York.
Okay.
My first Hinge date. Shout out to Hinge, yo. And the app you're supposed to delete, but so we went on that date, and then took her to the improv show. But you know the comedy hang is nothing like it, right? So that's where you get the most drinks, right? So we're in the green room. They're giving us drugs, they're giving us blood. I don't do cocaine, but they were offering it, you know.
Yeah.
And then we did the infamous like third bar, right? We already went to another bar, then we went back to the comedy club, then we went to another bar, then we went to the comedy club because they were like doing the show and then drinking in between the shows, and they wrapped up. And then
Hold
we
on,
went
pause
to
1 second.
Yeah.
This is your first date with this girl.
yeah,
This is a
bro.
rush.
This is
Man, you taking her through it though.
Dude.
Like, that's great. That's great.
right.
No.
Just to like have her expectations like calibrated.
And, like,
you know?
and I'm just pausing you for 1 second because like you're taking her on multiple dates in one day.
Right.
Because each time we take her to a new bar, it's a new setting, new people, you coming through. You
Bar
know what I'm
hops.
saying? Like it's just like she's going, oh shit, okay, all right.
No, that's that I told her like, yo, it might just be 6 months in New York. You know, she keep it all transparent. You know, I'm almost, I was right before 30. Now I'm 30, so I'm really keeping it 100. But so yo, everything's going good. We go to the last place, Booby Trap, right? It's a place in Bushwick, right?
I heard that place.
And then we were hanging out, and she went to go use the restroom, but she wanted to like buy the drinks this time around, so she brought the drinks. And like went to go use the restroom. It was like a little bit of a line. And people next to us happened to be women, right? They were 21 years old, college age. I used to work in student affairs. I talked to people a lot, right? Not as a play. I swear to God, wasn't trying to flex or make a play, especially not here, right? Not on the first date, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just making conversation. Takes it totally the wrong way. Throws the whole thing off. She's upset. She's like, "Wow, this is crazy. Like, how could like." I'm not gonna say anything, like, do you, whatever, blah, blah. So I'm trying to like get her back the rest of the night. So then we go to the bodega. I'm thinking I made amends. We got more drinks. Shit closed down. Went to the bodega, ordered some Dominican food. She's smiling, she's hanging out.
Can't go
Get
wrong.
the food, we're like, yo, we should go back to your place. She's like, bet. Orders the Uber, gets in the Uber. I go to put my bag in the trunk of the Uber. Uber drives off.
Oh wow.
Yo.
But she's not in the car either.
She's in the Uber.
She's in the Uber.
Oh, she's dirty.
Yo, bro, mind you, I'm like
That's a
drunk, right? So I'm like,
Wow.
this didn't like she
happened.
just forgot. They coming back around. They on some joke shit. We just had jokes all night, like
benefit of the doubt.
dead
you know?
ass.
Like, you know, yeah.
jokes all night.
We
Yo,
have it.
that's
This
funny.
is not happening.
You hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. She's comedy,
For
dog.
20 minutes.
Yo,
Yo, go.
right. That, like, yo, it's going like a half
Where's that
hour
for?
now. Maybe I should text
We don't
her.
hit the camera right
Maybe she just doesn't know how to stop a joke.
Yo, I was sick, bro. Oh my god.
And
Yeah.
you never got a hold of her again.
No, I texted her and I was like, yo, so I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not in the car.
I don't know if you know this.
I don't know.
But there's no.
If you meant to do this, but we ordered food for each other.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like we were gonna
Yo.
do something.
Yeah, like even if we didn't like, sleep together, and I'm like, all right, we got the food, you
And
know.
Yeah.
so she didn't
She
take
didn't say no back. You gotta
I
go.
texted her and she was like, no, it just like you're really great and all, but like it just seems like your mind's somewhere
have
else.
my
And I was just like,
What?
wow, this is out of pocket.
So that means you gotta rob me? Cause my like what? Like you just gonna go off with my shit and
Yo, you're just
abandon
gonna
me?
dip, like
So your mind was somewhere else, nigga.
That is some diabolical shit.
Dog, it gets funnier because
Oh,
we actually ended up dating for 6 months during the pandemic. Yo.
what?
How?
Just niggas looked inside themselves, you know,
Yeah.
realized how trash that was of a
Oh,
play,
that's
you know.
crazy. You
Niggas
came
got
back from that?
therapists. What's that?
That might have been the one. That might you bounced back from that. Like I'd have been like, fuck you after
she
y'all
came
made y'all
back.
did.
I should have.
For
But
6 months.
At 29, I
Yep.
wasn't as flagrant as I am now. So I was like,
Okay.
you know, we're all working on ourselves, you know. So maybe I did something wrong, you know.
Oh, shit.
like,
Yeah.
so.
So how did that end? Like, I mean, wait, like there had to be something problematic with her, right? I mean, not to. Okay, let me not, because I don't talk bad about my exes.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did that end?
It wasn't even that. Like, you know, I think love is about acceptance. You know what I mean? No, I mean that in the truest way.
He's giving us the post-football game.
Yo,
man. We did it. We showed up. We did our thing and everything, but the team did better. You know?
Yes, right.
Put in that work.
We're just gonna do it next time through love and heart. Through heart. They had heart. They had heart.
You know, we just really just gotta put our best game. We didn't do it today.
We didn't do
you
it.
know?
We just didn't show up today.
And I don't like to talk bad about any type of players on the other side of the ball.
Facts,
you
facts,
know,
facts.
but we didn't play championship dating right there.
Good.
No,
You gonna
but
cry in the locker room.
she just was yeah, I think she just had to do a lot of work on herself, you know, emotional maturity, things like that, which we got to the crux of
Was she the same age?
throughout.
Was she younger?
Yeah, no, like 2 years younger, like
Okay,
20,
yeah.
28, yeah. But that's like you, like, yo, I don't know, how old are you again?
I'm 29.
Yeah, like the difference between 25 and 29, 26, like those
It's
years are
large.
so
It's large.
exponential.
Yeah.
Like each year is so much growth.
Yeah.
I'm 31. I feel it now. I feel like I'm past that exponential. I don't know what I'm doing
Right.
now, but it's different. My mindset.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
200.
like, I feel it.
Even if it's
Every
29 to
day.
30,
Felt
like
it this morning.
you did right.
Woke up, hungover.
Right. 2 drinks, right? 2 drinks last night. That's all it took.
Yeah, it's good. I keep trying to tell yeah, man, it's gonna get you. 29, man. Sound like a grandfather.
I know, you sound like 46. Yeah. Gonna get you, brother.
You know this is gonna get you. I be warning young man. I'm at that age. I'm just
Better
saying,
start dropping.
It's like, I wouldn't do that.
We
I wouldn't do that if I was you. That's my energy now.
Yo, it's that Kevin Hart on his group chat energy right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't do that.
Niggas just start sharing recipes on that joint. Like, I'm trying to make this butter focaccia pasta. What y'all think about this? Like, you ain't going out tonight, nigga? No.
It's lit in this oven right now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's really how I
Going
feel.
Put my heart and soul into this.
My credit score done dropped 2 points over the last week.
I've been watching it. I've been getting side eye.
Stress.
When I drop one more point. How about you?
So
Dave.
for me, it was some random shit. I don't even know if I can even call this a date, but it was at an open mic.
Oh,
at,
shit.
Old Man Hustle on Lower East
That's
Side.
a good
back when
one.
it was open.
Okay, got it.
Back
I know
in-
they got
yeah.
one in Brooklyn too.
Back
right?
in the one that they just opened. I never did. I don't think they did just shows at that one. I think.
Right.
But they did open mics. But it was one night. It was one that I would go there every Monday night just chilling. It was some crazy white lady. I don't know who it is. She just dropped her groceries off. She was there just to enjoy free open mic comedy. We was chilling. Did my set with everything. She lived in the neighborhood. We started walking back to the crib. Everything was going good. I said, okay. I never got any after an open mic.
Wait.
before.
Wait. I feel like there's some air bubbles in this. Like how? First of all, okay, so this lady, she show up,
Yeah, just to watch,
Just to watch.
just to chill.
and you
Just
just
to
came
watch my
over.
comedy.
You just walked
Not-
over to her.
I
or
was
something?
chilling.
Or what?
Not, she was just sitting there. It's a tight bar. We just sitting next to each other, started talking,
Oh, okay.
chatting it
Right,
up.
right, right.
It was vibing, and then we just
Okay.
started going. We started walking back to her crib. She said we was like a block or two away, and she said, "Hold on, let me go to the bodega." She went to go get her groceries. And
She ain't go grocery shopping.
this woman said, "Yeah,
She didn't go shopping.
All about
She came out with 4 bags.
yeah." It was weird. Drinking too much.
What did
on
she
Monday
get
night.
it? I need details for the grocery list.
Yeah,
I
I need
just
to know.
Like,
I
yo,
don't know. I don't know.
She needed
where was she
on
getting?
the way to
I-
get some dick.
Right.
What I'm about to,
Yeah.
what I'm about to tell you now is like too traumatized. I don't even remember the fucking groceries. But she came. We went in.
Were you standing outside or were you inside with her?
No, well,
You
I
walked
was
in
standing
with her.
outside the book.
You was in
No,
her
I was
back
standing
cute,
outside.
like,
We was
toilet
about to go
paper,
in,
baby.
and this dude, this like 50-year-old nigga came on the little girl's princess bike. I thought he was homeless.
Run New York shit.
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
just pulled up. He said his name was like T-Dog or T-Money or something. I was like, oh, what's going on? But like she knew him. She was just like, oh. And then she just like, I didn't know you was gonna be here. And she was like, hold on a sec. She told me, hold on a sec. Let me talk to him. She went to the side and she was like, baby, she's like, you know what time it is. I don't know if this is a drug dealer or whatever.
Right.
Then she goes, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I heard like, oh, well, don't worry about that guy. I just met him.
Oh,
That's
shit.
all. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Next thing I know, I said, okay, well, we going back to your place. So she said, no, I'm actually going to go with him. This bitch jumped on the back of his bike, like on the
This a
on the
bit.
peg.
This a bit. dog.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Are you
No,
serious?
it happened.
This
happened.
really
No, but it's a
happened?
bit though.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
still
This
a
is
bit.
really a
I
bit,
don't even
though.
know how
This
to
is a
tell.
bit.
It's like it's so crazy. It's just like they drove into the night, And then I was looking, she looked back and was like, you can get on the bike too. Like, I said, how the fuck am I gonna get on this? Yeah. She said, just run a train on this bitch with a 50-year-old nigga. Like, yeah. That was some crazy shit.
But the
Like,
bike was a princess John, right?
it was a little girl's bike. It was
Okay.
it was pink. It was like a kid's bike. He pulled
I
up
just
on
didn't
it.
know
I
what
thought
this
he was
lady
homeless.
looked like, yo. And,
She
and
was
what was
like-
her vibe? And like,
She was
was
weird.
the alcohol talking to you?
Any girl who would just hang out at an open mic all night.
Truth.
Yeah,
Truth.
that's already
Yeah,
a
That-
weird
yeah,
vibe.
that's already
It's
right
like,
there.
what have you been
Yeah.
doing here? You know, like you got work in the morning. She looked she's probably like she looked around 30s, mid 30s, so you probably
Did you release
Yeah,
Crush
like-
It? Like, did you have a good set?
it must. Nah, that whatever
Right, right. I was
It's
whatever
such a
Bomb
weird
too. She was
vibe.
like, I like this nigga.
Nah,
Though.
whatever
He
said,
got
whatever
his
said,
ass.
whatever said,
She
I
left
did.
him later. I
Right.
don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
But
That's what I said. It must not have been funny. It must not have been funny enough.
right.
It's not funny enough. If she left me for some random nigga on it, or maybe not some random, I don't know what it is. Yeah, on a fucking
This
bike.
nigga T
I was
dog.
like,
Was it Big T?
Yeah, Big T Dog, something crazy. I said, you can't compete with
This
that.
nigga started following you on Instagram. Like, hey, good look, homie.
Yeah, swear. So that's the intro to this podcast. I just wanted
Yeah,
to
that
start
was-
it
that
off
was-
with
that was
some
it.
random
I
ass-
Can you even call that a date? I
Yeah,
wouldn't think that was
that's
a date.
Yeah, I don't think that was just like
That was supposed to be a
I don't
one
know
night
if that's
thing,
a
but
date. Yeah, I don't know
the
what
Chris
that is.
Chronicles.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
don't know
what we
what that
thought.
is.
yeah, that's I don't know what
I
to call
really
it.
don't know what that is. I don't know. But okay. But anyways, you're listening to two comics that I met in New York. I got Chris Sean to my left, and I got my man Cab Washington to my left. Right, I'm all messed up.
Yeah,
But
we're not on video though, so I don't think they really know.
Hmm?
Are we on
we
our
on
video?
video?
Yeah. No, they don't
That
know.
was
They
just
don't.
kidding.
Yeah,
That was a
no,
joke.
they don't. Yeah.
Make-
This podcast is called Live at the Barbecue. It used to be a show that I used to run in Pittsburgh. It was an all-black show.
That's fine.
And we used to just do it locally, but then I started getting some comics from outside of town, from New York, Chicago, Ohio, Philly. A whole bunch of people just kept on coming through. Started to pick up a little bit of traction, and then the plague happened. So
That shit was
the
really.
plague
It's still
happened.
happening though.
It's still happening, and
Still going up. Yeah.
and now I'm here. I decided to just jump ship and just leave the whole entire city. But the theater asked me to do something for Black History Month. Decided to just do this instead. Instead of doing a Zoom comedy mic. I don't know. I just can't.
It's not the same.
It's not the
I
same.
get it.
Like,
I
it's
get
a
it.
different
Like
vibe.
you know, it's better than nothing, but you know,
It's a different vibe. So like I just I knew you, Chris. I knew you. I just met you, Cab.
Yeah, man.
You're running the
Yeah.
show at
Trey. Treasure Elite Cafe.
Yeah.
I was scared of the word. I kept saying that wrong. It's Trey Jolie.
Yeah. No S on the tray.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
that's-
So it's like weird French. It's like spelled kind of wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
But I should probably ask Ralph what he meant when he put that. He's the one who speaks French. You know what I mean? Is it Trey? No, I gotta look it up. Is it? Have I been spelling it
I was
wrong?
like, damn, you don't know the name of your
Trey.
band?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I got
gotta
these
look
two
up the
guys.
venue of his place. Like, when people don't show up, it's like my bad. I sent you to the wrong
That's
Trey
the wrong
Jolie.
Trey,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. It's without that. S.
I'm in Queens now. Like, what is
Right, nigga.
Like, I went to
Nigga, I'm in
Queens.
Haiti, nigga. I bought a flight. I was trying to support.
But yeah, no, I got to meet you, and you are running a really dope ass mic. Just the
It's a
fact
show,
that like
it's a
it's a show. It's a
Yeah.
show. Let me not say mic. And a lot of people go there. Like it's great to like just see an audience that are just going through it. And you just started 2 years ago, right?
Comedy. I started it in 2018.
2018.
Yeah, the beginning. Yeah. So my
Same
3-year
here.
anniversary was it's a good time. Man. It started out a lot of legends. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
do it, Chris.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been 3 years. This past
Cool.
January.
Yeah. And I fuck with your style because I noticed that you like to do crowd work.
Yeah.
And in Pittsburgh, we used to have a show called Hurry Up and Say Something Funny, and that was like my domain. Like
Word.
I would go every single month for 2 years.
Yeah.
And if you got basically the rules were you weren't allowed to bring any material. And the audience knew. They were like, okay, if you're too rehearsed about your shit.
Right.
Because obviously, like, if you're talking to somebody,
Yeah.
you up there, like, yo, like, how long y'all been dating? That's obviously not material.
Right,
So,
right,
like,
right.
they already know. They can smell it on you. Like, oh, you brought material because you talking about your dad. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
right.
So if you're not funny enough, you get booed off stage. You don't do
Word.
the show ever again.
That sounds exciting. Yeah.
Right, yeah, but like
That's
the
what-
audience,
they were
the audience,
funny.
like, and they would fire back at you. They weren't like shy, like they were fire,
Right.
like, and they'd be funny. Like, it'd be funny too.
Yo, the crowd be funny as hell.
Yeah,
You be
like-
having sometimes you gotta battle the crowd.
Bro,
You be
the
like,
first-
man, this nigga really funnier to me.
The first 3 times I did
That's how you
it,
do
one of the
shit.
first 3 times I did it, this Indian dude hit me so hard that to this day,
Shit.
I'm still like,
You
I'm
Indian
still
dude fuck
waiting
you up
for-
at a black
he
show?
messed me
That's
up.
crazy.
Like, he
Oh, you
messed
shouldn't
me
even be there.
up.
That's why.
Yeah, with the,
I was
it's
just
an uncharted
yo,
territory.
like,
I
I was,
was get these niggas.
everybody kept on ripping on him. He didn't say a word, and I was just trying to be friendly. Like I was
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was making a small joke. I was like, yo, like, you know, what's your name? Like, is it like a long, like a sentence or something? I was making a small joke,
Right.
and then he just fired back. I forgot what he
Wow.
said, but like he just said
Stop.
something. He
What
was
did everybody else was
bop,
ripping
bop,
on
bop.
you?
Yeah, and
So
he
that's
was
why
like,
that was built. That built up. That's all it takes.
And he
You
just
was
like,
wrongfully
socked
placed
me.
in that
Yeah.
zone. He's
Socked
like,
me.
I'm
Just
not
socked
gonna
That's what
take
I'm
this
saying.
anymore. I'm coming at this better nigga.
Yeah.
It's going down.
And he
It's like when
knocked
your
me
kids
out.
piss, when you piss your parents off, when you work
Yeah.
them up too much, and then it's
Yeah.
like next thing all you say is, "Hey, mommy, I love you." Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man.
Domestic violence going up.
And I've been waiting for that dude to come back to that show for 3 years. His friends would come.
Yeah.
His friends would come.
You were like a whole book
His
filled
friends-
with jokes ready
Bro,
for
I
him.
was so mad. I was so ready. I would be in the shower the next day. I was just like,
He was
thinking of
rehearsing.
things to say back at him. Like,
He said Manesh Ganad,
yeah.
Pranav, Kazari,
Yo,
Aziz
man.
Ansari. I'm gonna figure out some
Yeah,
shit.
I'm gonna figure
All
out
this
something.
shit.
And his friends would be like, "No, he ain't never coming back." Like, they would show. They'd be like, "Yeah, he's still laughing at you." I'm like, "Yo,
Oh, wow.
I'm so mad at that."
He
dude.
got
Shut
his
up.
win and bounce. He's like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
took
Definitely
the goat
did.
retired. He's
I'm
not
so
coming
mad.
back.
I'm so
He
mad.
don't want to fuck up the legacy.
I'm so mad. But shout out to Apis Meadery for that. But I brought
Wait,
that.
that's his name? Or?
No, Apis.
Oh.
No.
Oh, that's-
no.
I was like, yo, that was a long way
That
to
is hilarious.
celebrate him in. Like,
No, the actual venue. Yeah, if his name was Apis Meadery, that's hilarious.
Yo, that's comedy.
Yeah, but no, but I brought that up because like I don't see a lot of younger comics, and I'm saying I'm young too. Like I'm still like I'm 5 years, but like compared to like 20 years, you know, whatever.
Right.
But to see somebody like want to step out and do that, like what made you want to do crowd work like that?
That's funny that you say that, bro, because like it's definitely received differently, you know. Like,
Of course it is.
like for some comics are like, oh, he's not writing a
Yeah,
lot,
yeah.
or.
Yeah.
But for me, I always looked at like, 'cause I started with improv 1st
Mhm.
and I always thought of like just non-conventional ways of just entertaining and having fun.
Mhm.
But also, I grew up in journalism and in like, you know, in interviews.
Mhm.
So like, I've always loved getting to know people.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when I started doing comedy, it just came natural to like the listening piece, and then pulling that listening and then figuring out how that incorporates into material that I might be using. Because my thought on stage is like, how do we empathize with each other?
Mhm.
You know, so I try to take my jokes and not only use them for myself, but how does their narrative fit into to what I'm saying
Yeah. No, I
as a
completely-
connective
I like
tool.
that.
Yeah. I definitely because I like to ask the audience a question, like whether it be a couple, whether it be a dude sitting by himself, and it will be the illusion that like this is all like organic.
Right.
Basically, I'm asking you a question, and based on that answer, no matter what, the bit's still going to go this way.
Right,
But I'm taking
right.
like a poll to like see how everybody's feeling about it. I might get some more
Wow.
like information out of it, like you know what I'm saying. Like I might ask somebody like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" and get more out of it, and
Right.
like pull it and just keep on going. So yeah, I completely understand that because like you get an empathetic view from that because now it's not only that you're just talking to them,
Right.
but they get to talk back and they get to say how they feel. Yeah, I
And they're
definitely
involved
yeah,
with the show.
Right.
Because like with improv is like, you get a suggestion
Yeah.
and then you do a whole scene or you do a whole story or a whole show about it. So, you know, they gave me the topic, they give me the subject matter, and then I can use that and create a whole joke about it. And then them over there, they got a similar thing. So then we morph the scene. So it's basically like creating an improv scene.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
listening and then just improvising and creating its own universe.
Yeah.
You know, which I miss a lot about improv.
I don't.
You
I don't know a lot of comedians. Have you done improv?
I haven't done improv.
Yeah,
I'm interested though. I want my friend, a friend of mine does. I wanted to watch the show, and I got new respect for it because it's like, because I realized that when I started here that's a thing that some stand-up comics don't like improv. And,
It's
and
the
I was
same
like,
across the whole
I'm
entire
like,
country.
yeah.
But it's like niggas gotta see good improv.
Yeah,
bro.
I was just like, why?
It's
And there's a lot of good black
saying
improvisers that I was
you gotta do it.
exposed to.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry,
fucking,
go ahead.
Chris Red is good. He was nice at improv.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Like, the skills are transferable. That's the only thing I'm not saying you gotta do it. It's like at least like try to learn from me. But I just don't see why you. But yeah, but when you say improv and like crowd work and shit, I had one like OG comment that on the shows when he said that anything that you say that's in the moment, at least when you starting off, it's always gonna be funnier than anything you wrote. It's always gonna be funnier than your best joke.
Right.
It's just a way of like letting people know that you're in the moment. You know what I mean? You're just not talking
100%.
at them the whole time. You kind of, like you said, empathize with them and shit. Like I realized that's important because like when I first started, like I would just stick straight to I would just go like straight to the like if even like before you go up you want to say something like if someone got punched in the face right before my set and then I go and follow that I would still just go up and just like shit, and act like that shit. Then I'm just
So anyway, I was at the supermarket.
Shit like that. I was like, no, that's whack. You can't. Come on, man.
You gotta address it. You gotta address it. You gotta address it.
You gotta say what everyone's
being a real
thinking.
comic is.
Yeah.
Addressing the elephant in the room. That's your job to do that, right? That's okay. I realize that.
And I feel
And you know,
I love the early days of comedy.
Yeah.
He was trying to figure it out.
Yeah. That's how you learn. You let me learn. You know.
And I feel what you meant about like how a lot of comedians will hate on you for that. Because I started off doing both. Like I was doing both. And I would go on a show and somebody would be like, yeah, he's an improviser. I was like, bitch, I have a whole show. Like, what do you like, I've been doing stand-up simultaneously. I go up every single night and you still introduce me as an improviser. And
Oh
being
my
like,
God.
yeah, just
That's
being like, oh,
mad
that's all he
serious.
does. Like, oh, this is all he does. I'm like, girl, like I have more shows than you do. Like, what do you mean? Like, I mean,
Also,
like,
be funnier than me. If that's how you
Yeah,
feel,
that's
like,
like, yeah, like, it's-
also write better than me. If I'm an
Yeah,
improviser
don't talk
and
shit,
I'm
yeah.
writing better than you, then
Right.
like, what leg are you standing on?
I think it takes a lot more skill to trust that you are going to be funny no matter what you're going to say to that person.
Right.
That like because you don't have anything loaded up. Like I can do both. Like I can spit. I don't understand those people. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like I think it's more they're afraid to do it because it's harder to do.
Right.
That's gotta be it.
And I think that's the beauty of improv. It's like I'm really giving improv a lot of credit here. But it's just like what I loved about because it's like some of the teachers and the people that do improv kind of mess it up and make it a discouraging space to be in. But like in improv, I think it's just so parallel to life. It's just like everything that I thought that I could control is not gonna go as planned.
Yeah.
And living in a space of improv is just like I can't control none of this shit, but I always gotta make lemonade. You know what I mean? Like no matter what they give me,
That's just
I
life,
gotta
yeah.
make this shit rock.
Was it Del Close that said like you jump out of a plane and you build a plane as you're falling or something like that? Like
200.
it's just like you just and it's funny because like the theater that we're doing it for is Arcade Comedy Theater and predominantly it's improvised, improv and like. But I mean, we do have stand up, and like we'll lead the charge on that. But like, it's like there is like a fight of training. But I do give props to improv with what you're saying. Like it's very important. So yeah, I definitely encourage you to do that shit. Maybe not tell niggas in the street that you're doing improv. Like maybe keep it.
But like I said, there's mad dope like in LA. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Yeah, like, I always appreciate the skill. What was you saying?
And you started in LA.
Yeah, and
shit,
so I was just
that's
around the best black improvisers, you know,
Yeah.
that had done all the trash,
Yeah.
horrible 3-person at your show
Yeah.
improv show. So like it's a team called White Women, but it's all black dudes. But it's all black dudes that are like writing on shows and everything. And it's
Such a big.
so fucking good.
Welcome to the stage, White Women.
White Women, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been, y'all should follow them, man. Carl Tart, Ronnie, Adrian, I'm forgetting. Those are like, Carl's probably one of my closest homies in comedy.
Yeah.
I haven't been in one of their shows in so long, but they like made improv dope because like when you're learning improv, it's like it's like do this, do that, create a dragon, be like a
Yeah.
sorcerer, like
Yeah.
do some weird, freaky fairy tale shit. Start talking about like Stephen Hawking. Like it's just like, but then with them, it was just like, let's make a cookout and like who's making a potato salad
Right.
and like
Yeah.
so they made this shit mad fun. So then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, we can be dope and be
Right.
ourselves on
Right.
stage.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah.
So then like later on, we created a group, me and a bunch of black improvisers at Westside Comedy Theater in Santa Monica. We came out with a team called Black Street Boys, and we did the
Black
same
Street
shit
Boys.
where we
That's
just would
what's
like
up. That's what's up.
turn a scene from Baby Boy into like some weird nut shit. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So once you see the dope ones and like
Yeah.
the people who like Eddie Murphy, sketch comedy, like
Oh, yeah.
improv for days.
Right,
You know?
right.
It's just like not a lot of because also like you can't. Oh, Wayne Brady. Did you ever watch Whose Line Is It
Right,
Anyway?
yeah,
course.
yeah,
That would
yeah.
be
That's it.
the best, but it's also like it's a dead end to it too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Unless you're like going on to do SNL, or you're going on to
Right,
do
right.
what's it called? Do
Saturday Night Live.
Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, yeah.
SNL or
Oh,
Whose
yeah,
Line Is It
I mean,
Anyway?
like to be a writer. I mean, like I've
Or
heard
be
that-
a writer, or be a writer
Yeah,
on
to
the
be a
show.
writer, like I think that they pay attention. I don't know. I think it's a myth, but like a lot of improvisers will be like, I want to be on Saturday Night Live, so I'm gonna do improv, and I'm like, okay, but like there's a billion of us. Like I mean, like this is like we all have.
And
we're
SNL
like,
so cutthroat, and it's just
yeah, like it's you gotta be doing
To
multiple
even get an
things, not
audition,
just
like-
an improviser. Like you
Right.
gotta be a writer,
200%.
You gotta be singing. You gotta be just.
I
Like,
mean, as a
don't-
comedian, you have to be a hyphenate. Like, if you're just trying to be a stand-up, like, bet, good luck.
Right.
Yeah.
You do it. But,
Yeah.
like, your head's got to be on digital
That's
content.
rare.
Right.
You got to be writing. You got to be submitting, you know.
Right. And you
Gotta be
do
active.
sketches, right? Like, do you also do sketches?
I've done a couple of sketches.
Yeah.
On IG. That's something I'm definitely like that scripted stuff. I'm trying to
Yeah.
get into that more.
And you do like cooking sketches, right? Like
I did it. Yeah, it was like a cooking comedy thing. I was trying to do like like the BuzzFeed Tasty videos with the overhead, but just like try to make that put a different spin on that. make it
Yeah,
fun.
that's fun. That's fun.
And acting.
Yeah. How about you, Kev? Do you do sketches also? Or?
Yeah, I took a couple sketch classes. I finished the curriculum. I didn't make a team at Westside Comedy Theater. Great club. I should check it out when things open back up. But I need to get more into the digital space. Like I've done little like dancing stuff, which is kind of fun things that I like to do. But I need to get more into like the TikTok digital stuff.
Yeah.
Writing more sketches and things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But I fuck with that. It's just about sitting down and doing it.
Yeah. I was on a sketch team for 5 years.
Word.
And we, yeah. We even like got onto festivals here, and like we would come up. Yeah, it was the dopest to like. We rented out a mansion once, and we in Hoboken, and like we went
Jersey.
down to we were performing at the Pit Improv Theater, and it was just amazing, like just
In New York,
experience.
right?
Yeah, just like an amazing experience to just like come through. You know, like we're thinking like we're small time. You know, like it's Pittsburgh. Ain't nobody know Pittsburgh. It's like what's Pittsburgh? Well, it's kind of next to Philly. Like I mean, there's a large drop. Like not even kind of Philly. Like,
That's like a
it's not
6
even
hours,
close.
7 hours.
Pittsburgh, oh, Philly?
Nah.
That might as well be Ohio.
Yo,
We go
deadass.
from Philly to
We are
fucking
different niggas.
Honestly,
Like,
Pittsburgh and Philly are two different states. Pennsylvania is its own state.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just like, yo, like one of my friends, like one of my old middle school friends, we just reconnected. He's from Philly. The first time I met him, for some reason, he saw me and he just like punched me in the face.
What?
Like, and we just started squaring up. Didn't make any sense. And like since then,
I don't know
I've
how y'all
always,
became friends after.
I
this.
never
I
got,
need to know how.
bruh, like
it
so
worked
we,
out.
so we, so we're all bloody and everything. We're sitting in the principal's office, and then we just start laughing. I just started laughing at him. He started laughing at me. Like we're looking at each other's busted lip, and it was like, you know what I'm saying. And through that, it was just like, I fuck with you, man. Like, you know, you held your own or whatever. He was just trying to. I guess it was like a prison thing. Like he was just like trying to see, like, oh, you're the tallest nigga in the room, so I'm gonna hit you.
Word.
And I was like, we got hurt, like for trying me.
Yeah.
And still to this day, we don't admit who won.
Right.
Like we don't, like it's just out of respect. It's just like we don't say like, oh, like I beat you or you. No, like it's just like no, we just keep it like it's weird. But Ever since then, like every time I meet a Philly nigga, I always feel like they sizing me up. Like, oh,
Right.
you a Pittsburgh nigga? All right, yeah. And that's why I said to you the first time. Like, you were like, oh, I'm from Philly, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, you a Philly nigga, huh? And like, you like looked at me blank, like you were like, what? Like, I was like, oh yeah, he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't.
Shit, you must have felt threatened at his show last night. Then
I knew they were.
Was in the house
Oh, I
last
knew.
night.
I knew.
You looked at
I
him,
knew
you
they
knew,
were.
oh, that's
I knew
Philly.
they.
I can smell that Philly on
They're
them.
different.
Oh, yeah.
They look different.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Yeah,
they
that's a
look
whole
No.
different breed.
Yeah, man, they're different. And then you from York. I don't even know where York is. York is right next to Philly.
It is.
It's actually
crust.
It's closer to Japan,
yeah.
bro.
You said it's closer to what?
Japan.
Closer to Japan.
Nah.
It's
closer
in the middle of
Baltimore,
it. It's like a crumb that fell off fucking Philly.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
It's dusty. You know about it. Yeah. Used to hang out with my brother. in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
It's
you know,
wild.
yeah.
It's wild over there.
Yeah.
What's the worst gigs y'all ever done? I'll even throw in improv.
Improv, shit.
If you want to do
I'm
both.
trying to think of really bad.
It's usually the stoner show, the shows where they sell the weed.
Yeah.
And then,
Those
and
be
the
like,
shit-
did y'all
them
really
shits
come here
don't-
for comedy?
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
genre.
no-
That's a genre. I'm new to
yeah,
New York doing
That's
it. regularly.
those for me. I was like, those seem to be the easiest shows to get on. But like you said, they really not there for comedy. They're there to buy weed and shit. Usually somebody selling art or something. Like I was on one that the flyer said it starts at 8.
John Sargent.
We didn't start telling jokes at 1 o'clock in the
Yo.
morning. I was tired. We was in the basement in the middle of Bed-Stuy somewhere out with it's those. I don't know. Every time I see those, so I say, but I already know what to expect when I see it's that kind of.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. Like that's a hell gig. For me.
Just combine all of those together.
Yeah.
I can go next if you.
Yeah. I'm still trying to think.
My worst was, and it's funny because I was listening to a podcast called Hell Gigs, ran by Colin Chamberlain the other day, and him and Ray Zavani, these are two other comics I know that live in New York, and they were talking about a show that they did at a strip club.
Okay.
And the moment that they said strip club, I was like, "Yep, I was a part of it." I did it. I made that gig bad because what happened was, Pittsburgh isn't a big. They don't have a big culture on strip clubs. Like it's not like Georgia or Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a culture. Like you going in, it's a parade. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's having a good vibe, people eating and stuff. And in Pittsburgh, it's like everything's gray. Like everybody's depressed. Like nobody's happy. Like it's just like
Right.
So they asked us to do a show on a Monday night. So we're like, all right, fine. I mean, they're paying us, so all right, fine. So we come through. There's two dudes sitting there, just getting lap dances. Sadly, and we're in the middle. There's a middle of the stages in the middle, and these girls are they're just kind of begging us to give them some money because they're like, we're not making any money on Monday, and like these are all like the bench strippers. The bench strippers. Because like they're not on a hot night. They're not on a hot night. They're on a Monday night.
They're on the DNP.
Right.
if they're ever not on the poll.
Right.
Got it.
Exactly. So
The coach's decision, DNP.
Right. and the guy that owns the club, he's like giving us a briefing. Like there's like 5 of us, and we're all standing around, and he's like, yo, like don't talk to the clients. That's number 1. Don't talk to the clients. That's all I'm asking for. Just don't talk to the clients. Don't talk. He just kept on saying it. Don't talk to the clients. Don't talk to the clients. So the first 2 comedians go up, and these guys are just trashing these guys. I mean, like the audience, like they're just like, yo, these guys suck. And like they're like while they're getting lap dances, like they're just like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're just,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And then in between each comic, a few strippers go up to do a dance. So I'm like, if you're not doubling down on this dude getting hard, then let's put more ass on in front of him.
Right.
Do that, and then we're gonna bring up a goofy nigga up on stage again and be like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you're not trying. Who's watching porn and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna put on Step Brothers for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna watch Pinky on 3 minutes." You know what I'm saying? That make no sense.
I've been talking it. Yo.
Like, nobody
I'm
wants
watching
to-
Pinky for an hour.
Pinky, Mr.
And you'll
Marcus,
watch it
the
for an hour,
Ghost.
but you're not going to interrupt it with comedy. So like these dudes are getting madder as
Shout out to
each
Pinky,
comedian's
man.
going
That
up.
made me
What's Pinky up to?
Right, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, she's a Christian now. She's
No.
saved and sanctified.
Word?
Stop it.
I am big on. I don't know
Jesus
why.
saves.
Just like
Yo.
Go ahead, Pinky.
Does he?
And then,
Oh my God.
I guess he does. I mean,
Yeah.
she's married now. I think like she has kids. Like
What?
yeah, she's in the middle of Arizona or something. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
This
she's like,
man
oh,
really
man.
was following her, about to check in. Like,
Listen.
Think
Just
I'm
like
in
how
your life.
shout out to my actual podcast called Never Mind the Facts. I just follow random.
You don't even need to finish that sentence.
Yeah, like I just
talk
follow-
about Pinky. Never mind the facts. Like,
Never mind the
don't-
facts. I just find stuff that interests me and I just
Bullshit.
follow it for
Yeah.
no reason. I become an expert about it
Got
for
it.
no reason, and it don't. There's no other use for it besides that podcast and me waking up the girl that I'm with and being like, "Yo, like, did you know this?" And she's like, "Bitch, just go to bed. Like, go to
Right.
sleep. We're all over." But
That makes sense.
but no. So
Did you ever know you could fit your titty in this cup, there? Just try
Sorry,
it.
man, I just know dumb shit. But so I'm about to go up. I'm getting mad. I'm just like, so I'm like, yo, like this is some bullshit. Like, we good comics. Like, like this is a A-list lineup. Like
Right.
these guys, we're on the road a lot. We're doing our thing. And I turned to Ray Zawatney. I'm like, yo, like I'm gonna do my crowd work shit. He's like, don't talk to the clients. I was like, nah, I'm doing it. He's like, don't. And I go, as soon as I go up there, I'm like, what up, motherfucker? And I'm doing my shit.
That's what
and
I'm
these strippers
You
are
are
laughing.
King's account.
Yeah.
Right, these strippers are laughing. These
What up,
guys getting
motherfucker?
mad. These guys getting mad, and I was like, I don't even care. And then all of a sudden they just start playing music over me.
Stop.
They're like,
Stop.
and yeah, and some
What?
dude, some muscly dude, just like grabbed me. He's like, go get the fuck off stage.
What?
And he was like, and the whole
Yeah,
entire
kicked
show
off
got
being
shut.
funny.
The whole entire show got shut down right after that. Whole entire show.
Damn.
They shut it down immediately. We all got paid, but like, I mean, but we all
Right.
got paid.
Come
But at the
through.
same time, like, I was
Were you
like,
last?
no, I like there was two more comments. It was
Wait,
really
so
big
what was
comments.
wrong with talking to the client?
That's what I was about to
Did we
ask.
ever
Why
get
is
to
it
that?
So
bad?
the
Yeah.
reason why is because they want to build up the clientele on Mondays, and people who are going on a Monday. Okay, first of all, people who are going to strip clubs in Pittsburgh, they don't have a sense of humor. They don't want to be made fun of. Like they just want to just, you know, they want to be the funny dude. They want to be the funny dude that the strippers flock to,
Right.
and everything
Oh,
else, and
this-
be because they're fake giggling.
Right.
Like
Okay.
while they're doing like they're trading off, they're coming over to us. They're like oh like I hope you're funny tonight because that guy's not funny. Da da da. Like he's
Right.
like but we're fake laughing so we get tips and stuff like that. So I'm like man that was you know what I'm saying like I'm doing like the I'm above looking at your titties. Like I think that there's more to you type shit. Like I'm like trying to interview her like oh what do you do like outside of this like are you trying to go to school or something? And she's like this is what I do. I show my vagina. And this is my life. Like I don't know how you're trying to like
Yes, it is.
give me money and I'll rub my you know what I'm saying and we'll do our thing. But like why are you digging deeper? Like you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
you know what it is. I'm
Right.
a stripper. You a John. Let's just be honest. Like, let's just be straight forward. And I'm like let me try to be PC about. Nah, you can't be doing that again. So like they're laughing. That those two dudes are just getting mad. Like they're just getting really mad. So like it's like
So dumb.
they're never gonna come back again.
Right.
That's why they don't want us talking to the clients. So they just lost people.
God.
That's why. Yeah. So I mean,
They don't
it
need
is
to
what
do
it
comedy
is.
then if they gonna.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Right.
what
If
type
it's
of
like
shit?
that, like
Yeah, what was the
can't
impetus
even
for
do the
them
job
being
you
like,
got,
yo,
bro.
I think we gotta change this up. Let's add comedy to the strip night.
Listen, like, and that's
Yeah.
the thing, like, no
Like
comedian.
let's be the
But then
first.
That's
yeah.
the other thing. No comedian. reached
But like
out-
don't say shit to anybody.
Don't
Right,
be funny.
yeah, don't
Y'all
say-
niggas just talk.
Right, this talk. Just be the sound behind the clapping cheeks. Like,
That's
that's about
that
it.
is what?
That's about it. That's about it.
Put on a Richard Pryor
Yeah,
album.
just- yeah.
Like
Right,
in
like,
between.
Or
Like,
just play some fucking music.
in
then.
between fucking
If they gonna if
Listen, they
instead of
didn't
just having something to
no-
talk to, you ain't even allowed to interact. Like
No
Right.
comedian even reached out to them. They reached out to us. Like
Oh,
they
okay.
reached out to us.
Got
Like,
it,
they were
okay.
like, I forgot. Seneca Stone. Seneca Stone is a stand-up. They reached out to Seneca Stone. They were like, hey, can you do comedy? And he was like, yeah, sure. Like trying to do it on Sunday, Saturday, you know, Friday. And they were like, nah, Monday. And he was like, fuck. Like they're like, well, we'll pay you X amount of dollars. He was like,
what was the bread? Was the bread good?
yeah, it was alright. It was.
Was
alright.
it enough for like a Saturday spot or no?
No, it wasn't enough for a
Okay.
Saturday spot.
So
But like,
to,
I mean,
to
but like,
ditch a Saturday spot to do that. No?
yeah, no, I wouldn't ditch it. No, like,
Okay.
But for like a Monday night, it's like, all right, I'll make 100.
Right.
Like, it's a Monday.
Wait, it was you made 100 for what? How much for what? A 5-minute set?
No, we were gonna do. I think we were doing like 20 minutes each.
Okay, got it.
Up till like I think it was Colin and Ray. They were doing probably 30.
Okay.
So
got
there was
it.
2 other comics before me.
They did a whole show with strippers.
so it's 5 of y'all.
In between of us. And in
Right.
between each comic,
Yeah.
where the stripper would go up, she wouldn't get tips, so she looked unhappy.
Right.
So you know what
Yo.
I'm saying? So she's just, like she has a frown while she's doing her dance, and it's like this is the saddest time.
Yo, this
So,
is
like,
hilarious.
Yeah. So like my knee jerk reaction is like I'm gonna ruin this. Like I don't get
Right.
like what am I gonna ruin? Like I mean like what am I like SNL isn't here tonight. Like I don't care. Like this is shit. Like fuck it. And they're not gonna have us again. Like I know they're not gonna have us again. So might as well burn the bridge.
Hey,
Oh, we're there.
hey Miles, this is Lauren. I heard you were killing it at the strip clubs. We got a spot for you on SNL. We don't usually do this.
Yeah.
That's how we got Chris. Don't tell anybody. That's how we got Chris.
Yeah.
And Leslie. And Keenan too. We did not fuck with all that, but we like the strip club game.
Can you do a Michael Jordan voice while you're stripping? Can you do that? Can you imitate him?
Oh right, yeah.
Right,
Yo,
like, can you
we
sound?
just want to put some requests in. We
Right.
got to see your tape. Do
Right.
Michael Jordan while Pinky's dropping that pussy on you. Okay? Tell Pinky I said hi. We thought about auditioning her too. Look, don't ask us how we come up with our ideas, okay?
You just hear like in the background. It's like this cocaine. But
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
You get on
man.
SNL and niggas is just like, how'd you get on here? Well, I was at a strip club. Like if you got on SNL,
Yeah,
like,
I was at a strip club and I don't know what happened. I just
and they just really fucked with my shit.
Imagine paying all that money for improv and you found out a nigga got up on there.
You gotta go to a strip
Yo,
club.
Like,
niggas gonna be
it's
sick,
like,
yo.
Yo.
Spent my life savings on improv, man.
Dude, like, bro, I spent my last $200 on improv. I remember that. It was my first class.
That's
I
real
was
shit.
like,
Improv will make
I was
you pay.
right, like
Yeah.
I got my rent done and everything, and I was like, I really want to do comedy, and I was like, I got like maybe $250 in my bank account. I'm gonna put my 200 on this class, and
Yeah.
I did. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna quit comedy now. Like it just like I just swore to myself, I was like, I'm in it now. Like I'm in it, and I did it, and now we're here. Yeah, in the pandemic. But have you thought about yours yet? Or-
Club, now we here.
Right now we.
Do you have a bad one or?
What's that a bad?
bad
oh,
yeah.
dog! I forgot how we even. I was just thinking about strip clubs. I've definitely been to bad strip clubs.
See, that's why it's a bad idea to do comedy in front of somebody who's thinking about ass. That doesn't
Dude.
make any sense.
Especially the strippers are trash. Like
They had heart, like for doing it. They had heart for doing it.
Yeah.
the DNPs, yo. I can't. It was a perfect storm. Like,
Right,
they didn't want to make money that night.
No,
they
they
were like,
didn't have a
yeah.
choice. Like they were like, we this is our shot. Like if we do better on a Monday, they'll put us on a Friday. Like,
Right.
that's the saddest part.
Yeah.
That's the saddest
Look, we're
part.
not even with
Tired
this
of
idea.
JV.
Oh man, like I was talking to this one girl. She was like, yeah, like I got a boyfriend. He's pissed off at me for doing
This
this.
is the stripper?
Yeah, like she was like, I was talking to one of the strippers. She was like, yeah, like I got a boyfriend. Like he don't want me doing this, but like I need the money or whatever. So like I'm doing this on a Monday, and like my relationship's going down the tubes. And I was like, dude, like this ain't worth it. Like this
Right.
ain't worth it. Work at Starbucks is okay.
Dr. Phil in it too.
Yeah, like see, that's what I was
I
trying
don't
to
just
do.
do comedy. I really listen to chicks.
I was trying to do that. I was trying to do that, and you don't do that to people that are just trying to do sex work. They know what they're doing. Like they don't care.
200.
They don't care.
But also, it's like the residue of a circumstance. Like,
Right, yeah.
They're not like pie in the sky strip. That's the wave. Like, you
Yeah,
know.
I mean some are. I know some strippers like to this day they still text me like they're like, yo, like yeah, like I love stripping.
Right.
Like they'll go on tour.
And the bread too. The bread is
nice. The bread is
Yeah.
nice, and like they'll go
It's
on
a sport.
tour.
They're athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like they do the stripper classes now. You pay for it.
That's true.
Like, yeah.
That's true.
Bro, whenever they climb up
Let
that
me get
wall, and they
reps.
go upside down
Yeah.
and go slow.
Bro.
Like the calf muscle.
Oh, the
are
little
not-
John, what
Yeah.
hold it between their legs.
World
Yeah.
class athletes.
Dude, like bro, like
Yeah.
they, you know what
What's
I'm
that
saying?
place? King of Diamonds in Miami. That's a problem.
Yeah, John closed though, right?
They closed.
KOD.
Yeah, KO. That's when all the.
What's it
rappers
doing? What's it doing in Westchester? Oh, Susan Booze.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
I
KOD
heard
is
that.
in Miami. Yeah.
Man, I just know that's the one they be like stripping from the roof and shit, and like strippers would fall and they just get up like. You ever seen a squirrel? I've seen squirrels like fall out of trees and get the fuck back up like nothing happened. It's like,
Yo,
I said that's
Oh,
a fuck
so sad.
that's a squirrel ass fall.
so
That's
sad.
what.
That's
That's
trip.
so
Right.
sad.
They got squirrel energy.
The question is,
You know what? I see that squirrel energy you got. I fuck with it.
yeah, do you tip more because she fell? Because
Especially if she walks away from it, I'm like,
she risked her life.
But,
for
like,
it.
I did throw my last one, but you know, I'm gonna take a 20 out. Let me go.
That was, you don't even gotta get naked. You don't even get naked. Yeah, there you go.
Just, I hope we just make it home safe tonight.
That's all I want.
Alive.
Put some Neosporin on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just work it out. You work it out. Oh my god.
Oh man, but no, I can't even think of a gig that was that bad. Like y'all done talk about strippers. This man slept with a chick who sleeps with niggas who ride bikes.
Almost.
Fucking
I told God had other plans.
a bad spot. I can't really. I don't know. When I think of comedy, like I think of like the one person audience. Like it depends on how you look at it. You know, it's definitely a weird ass spot, or like but it's also like it's the climb. You know, like it's on our. So I'm just, but in other words, I don't know if there's anything that interesting about bad spots.
What you think? I mean, think about the situation that we in now. Like, if a year ago, if people said, "Yo, I did a show in the park for like 2 people," people would say, "Oh, that's a weird spot." So like every spot's
every
a weird
pandemic
spot.
spot.
But it's like we're so used to it now. It's gotten normal. So it's like
I definitely had a gig where like there was there was 2 women and like they were just reuniting. Like after like I was overhearing them before the show. Yeah. And like they were settling like a fight after years. Like it was like a decade of them not talking. And like it was like there was tension in the air, but like they were getting over it and everything. And then all of a sudden, hey, we have live comedy over here, and da 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 da. And like they were just like, yo, like what the fuck? So like we're sitting there and we're doing comedy to like it was like a pool. It was just like how this room is set up, but like they were in the far corner, just like glaring at us. And I'm gonna harass. So I take the camera.
Trust, I'm gonna
get in there. So I take my mic and I'm going over there and I'm talking to them or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And like they're explaining their situation. They're pissed off at me at first. And I'm like, okay, like I'm just gonna make jokes with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just have a good time. Turns out we flipped it. We flipped that whole entire situation. They came out very positive. They were like, yo, when are you guys doing this next time? And they came through. Like it was at the coal mine, ran by what's his name? I forgot his name. Doesn't matter. Yeah, man. Like
they probably killed each other.
Right. Like I mean, like that's sometimes if you have like one person in the audience, it could be a really good time. Like I don't ever look at it like, oh, that sucks. I mean, I do, but like it's not like because you would rather have 300 people there, of course.
Right.
But like you know, looking at it as in like, okay, I could make a situation out of this.
Right.
Yeah, it's a challenge. And now we're in a pandemic where it's like, yeah, like the cap is like 5 people sometimes. Yeah. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's so. Yeah, I feel how you feel. Like it's like
it's funny because pre-pandemic, I was in this bar I used to go to. They did shows. They would cancel shows. The one people would produce, they would cancel shows if it was 5 people or 3 people. So it's not enough. We're not gonna do it. Right. Just tell them to go and stay. Yeah. But it's like.
I mean, I think that's one of those things for me is like I grew to understand and appreciate early with Running Late. I think our second show, it was like nobody was there, but I booked this gas lineup. Like it was like Devin Walker, Nick Chambers, like Rebecca O'Neill, Sonia, like all these people who have mad good credit, Sean Jackson. Yeah. Like, but I was just so hurt, you know what I mean? Because the first show was like nice, great crowd. Second show, you know, producing life, you know, you have these expectations. Yeah. And then my homie who's been Sean Jackson, who's been in comedy for like over a decade. He just was like, nigga, what are you bitching about for? Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. Like, yo, this is the issue with y'all niggas. Like, it's like, y'all expect things to go the way you think, you know? Yeah, but like, nigga, we're comedians. Like, we go and we take this and do it for anybody, you know? Yeah. So like, you want me to start the show? Nigga, I'll start the show off. I'm like, and this is a nigga 10 years in the game. He could just been like, yo, you know, I'm gonna do this other spot somewhere. Right. Yeah. You know, or like, thanks a lot, Cap. You know. But he treated me as if, you know, it was like a major show. But it was just a great insight to have, you know. And then everyone did their set. No one was talking smack. Like everyone had a good time. Like it was like a workshop. There's a lot of great comment. Red Thomas was in it too. Oh, okay. And they all just like did their shit. They bring their A stuff, and you know they had a good time. It ended up being a good kickback. Right, you know? So yeah, you know, it's just rolling with the punches
Yeah,
as we do as comics.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. I like that you don't have
Yeah,
a horrifying story yet.
Yeah.
You gonna have one.
He said, yeah.
You gonna have one. You gonna have one.
I'm trying to. I definitely had some bombs. Like
Yeah, I mean,
those-
bombs are something different.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
It's out of your hands.
Than optics that like
yeah, like it's like out of
Yeah.
your hands. Like you in, like you're doing it for a funeral. So, you know what I'm saying? Like something off. Like it's like what happened?
All right, guys. We're gonna bring up Cab Washington.
After somebody
We're
made a
gonna
speech.
say some words, and you're just like, Ron was a great man, and I love her dress. Like I don't know what else to say. Like,
Yeah, I'll be
is my
fucking-
light coming up soon? Is it coming up?
It's coming soon.
How much more time you want?
How much time?
20 minutes? Shit. Okay.
All right, what about you guys?
Let's start with Psalms 23.
Yeah.
Nigga, well, you know, Como, they said they bringing back what you can do wedding receptions on March 15th.
So we can.
So 50% gathering.
I would not want to do a
We
wedding,
gotta
but,
take that
hey,
crowd. Take that crowd.
Yo,
we going
that's
wedding
gonna
crash.
become-
Comics is going.
I'm gonna be right the fuck in there. I'm gonna be the wedding gown.
You gonna be
Dead
up in
ass.
there like fucking. What's that guy with the
I'm like,
crooked
so-
nose in that movie, the wedding crash? Vince Vaughn and the
Yeah.
other.
Owen
Wilson.
Owen
Yeah,
Wilson.
just do
Owen
comedy.
Man, he a
Just
crooked
bubble
nose
that
nigga.
shit.
That's real.
Does it?
But thank you guys for coming through.
Of
Kev,
course, man.
where can they follow you?
Yo, everyone in Pittsburgh or whoever may be listening, just follow your boy Cab at Cab_Washington on IG
Cool.
and on Twitter.
Cool.
Hit me with the Cab Washington, no underscore, right? And then follow Running Late comedy show on Instagram too. It's a show we do every week in Bushwick. It's just running, so without the G, late comedy show. Running without the G, late comedy show.
Cool.
Thanks, man. This was fun.
Yeah. How about you? Chris?
It's a barrel of laughs. Hit it up. I was there last night.
Chris, where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Chris Deshawn. You can follow me on IG at Chris Deshawn. That's Chris 2 underscores Deshawn. Chris __ Deshawn. You can also follow me at Reject Chef. That's my cooking comedy channel that I got going on. So
Cool.
you can find me on the interwebs.
You can follow me at Miles_Miller
Is
Comedy.
this your podcast?
Huh?
No, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a one-off, but
Okay.
yeah. Just for the theater.
Gotta
You
do
can
it.
follow me
Oh,
on
for sure.
Miles_Miller_comedy. I also have a podcast with my boy Nate, who is so grateful to have us and produce the show. We have a show called Never Mind the Facts. Follow us there. Yeah, cool. Have a good night, guys.
Yo.
Good night.